Friends, today I want to talk about a mini concept which is known as who and what or who. Most of the time, when any human being is growing as a kid, as a teenager, or as a youngster, or even as a middle aged man, or even an old aged man, always they think of what I want to become. When we say I want to become, as a kid says, I want to become a doctor, I want to become an engineer, I want to become a scientist, or I want to become an MLA, MP. As they're growing, they will have a lot of aspirations. They will be seeing the world, seeing the society, and they say, oh, this man is making more money. Youngsters, that man is getting in software, this man is in construction company. Therefore, always they think of comparing themselves with others and say, I want to become like that. There are people who say, I want to become an IAS officer. Somebody says, I want to become an IRS, income tax, because income tax is much more easy to manage than an IAS officer as a district collector or something like that. But all these things depend upon how you look into yourself in comparison with others. All these things are mainly because of the materialistic look of the life and also societal pressure. People will respect doctors, people will respect successful engineers. Therefore, they want to become like that. I want to become like that, I want. Even by chance, a youngster, a kid, he says, I want to become a football player. Parents will say, nothing doing, I am a doctor, your mother is a doctor, your grandfather is a doctor, who is going to run the clinic? Who is going to run the nursing home? You have to become a doctor. Therefore, always the whole idea is I want to become, I want to become. Even after becoming what he wants or she wants, there are people I know, he tried for IAS, but he got IPS or IRS. And they feel, Arey, my colleague has got IAS, but I am IPS or IRS, things like that. But always, please remember, when you become what you become, you may be in the world, in the society, you are a very successful man. But are you having the internal happiness? Now comes to who. If any human being, as they're growing, they think of whom to become, who I am going to become, or you can even say who I want to become. Instead of I want to become, who I want to become. There is slight difference between these two. Who I want to become, who I am going to be, depends upon your internal struggle, internal ideas, internal feelings, and also it may be affected by your observing good people, successful people, spiritual leaders, and etc. Who you want to become is a thing which you decide depending upon inner feelings, inner ideas, and whatever you have studied, read, and etc. Then these are the people who I want to become. These are the people who have become very successful as spiritual leaders, intellectual leaders, because they are not bothered about what the society thinks of him. They are not bothered about material success. Therefore, they say, who I want to become, I have become. Therefore, most of the time, who you want to be. You want to be like Vivekananda Swami, Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, or what? Who you want to be like a scientist? Then that is going to be your decision. You are going to carve your path towards that. I am very sure these people who have become what they want to become by looking into themselves, who they want to become, if they have become, they are more successful, more happy in their life, more content also compared to the people I want to become, who have become very successful, maybe managing directors, chairmen, or a big industrialist. But I am very sure, because I have studied a lot of people who have become good, they will have a lot of internal problems. Health problems are there, psychological problems are there. Outwardly, they look very grand and excessive, but I am sure they will have. Not that everybody is having, but most of the time they. People who have said who I want to become and they became like that, they are more happy in spite of not having such a great wealth. Maybe they are not having such big villas, Mercedes-Benz cars, or owning aeroplanes or boats, luxury boats. But I am very sure they are going to be much more happy. Therefore, friends, my advice is, irrespective of the age, whatever may be age, maybe even if you are middle-aged, you are a slightly elderly, you can think who I want to become and start becoming like that. Friends, I hope you understood the concept of who and what. Thank you very much.